Do you know what we're here for?
Equal parts. Oh my gosh.
Illegal.
Help! Help! I'm being betrayed!
Too much, man!
Don't be creepy.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! What?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Go, girl, girl, baby girl. Equal parts. Oh my gosh.
Why did everything they say?
Could you jump up?
What now?
Thanks, Jeff, for the question.
Consequences.
That's hot.
Phrasing.
Donald Trump spent a lot of quality time with my wife.
Close it up, just like my wife's vagina.
I mean, this woman is dangerous, ladies and gentlemen.
China. I did everything right and they indicted me.
There's no point in you betraying your future self to gratify your present self. It's a stupid game.
Consequences.
So hot right now.
Fucking bitch.
Immediately, if not sooner.
See that you know your judo.
Aren't I a good guy?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great day. For being sad.
You should be ashamed of yourself for having that thought.
I made a huge, tiny mistake.
I don't want reality.
Jesus, I say that.
He looks good. He looks good. And he looks good. And he looks good. And he looks hard.
Well, here we are again. Somewhere between Earth and the unknown, we congregate together to make this galactic journey. As always, safety first, space fans. Buckle those seatbelts as this journey through the abyss might be dangerous. Okay, let's see. Everything appears to be working so far. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Aaron W, Disco Wolf, and Omega Star 123 in the YouTube chat. Noah Bay close fourth. Let's see, who else is in the chat? The Anti-Corporatist. Jonathan. Del Sol Verde. Bob Carmody. PB. That might be everybody. Or Broomer. Or Broomer got in there at the end. Okay. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I just realized though on top chat, and when I refresh it, I might lose even more people. But I'm going to do that now. Alright, hopefully that holds. I've noticed YouTube randomly changes me out of top chat. I mean, out of live chat into top chat, and I never know why. Oh, I should turn this off. There. Alright. Well, we are going to do the, well, perhaps not unexpected. That being starting in the United States. A hell of a lot to talk about. We've only got 2 weeks left until Election Day. Of course, early voting has started in the United States, but for now, we're going to focus on November 5th. Before we get to the actual election, perhaps polls and other things like that, let's talk some of the other elements of this political climate. What am I missing? Oh, it's muted. That's what I'm missing, is sound. Oh, I know, there we go. But it's also in the middle. Don't do that. That is rude.
How rude.
It is the story of Donald Trump's beginnings.
That's right.
Way before he had the presidency in his eye. It takes place between 1973 and 1986. Why did you want to do this movie?
Everyone has an opinion about him, right? Everyone thinks that they know him. They, is a very polarizing figure. And it's really exciting to sort of dive back and say, oh, he was not the person you think he was, and he'd gone through a sort of a major transformation. And look at that, sort of colorful 70s and 80s New York with these large-life characters.
You notice that his skin is like almost
American society,
like a natural color for someone such as Donald Trump and his like, I mean, I don't know how, it's been a long time since his skin went orange color. Buff good. Can we start? And this. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Alright, I guess we'll hear the lamp sorting aspects of this scene. Hopefully it will stop lagging shortly. I'll be using in time. Sorry, chat. What's always happening to us, huh? It's like YouTube us. Like the first 10 minutes perfectly fine. You find Nightbot's silence disturbing? I mean, Nightbot's at least Nightbot is actually contributing to the chat right now. Usually Nightbot, well, not usually. Yesterday, Nightbot was completely absent, chat. Shorts also. Oh my god, Shorts is Shorts stat? Oh, let me check this. I think chat is still fine. What is the deal with this? So weird. Well, I guess we're traveling through time again. If you're on Flat Chat, well, apparently weird stuff is happening. We're going backwards in time right now. Although Shorts is a little laggy. The Shorts is a little laggy, but it's at least caught up with the stream. Whereas Chat is... Oh, now it's finally in my office. Good fucking lord. Always here. Wow, Nightbot. Not true. Not true. You were not here yesterday, so that's factually inaccurate. So annoying. Every stream, it starts off. Yesterday, and what's hilarious is yesterday, the streaming software, after we stopped lagging, it worked like a dream. Until the very end, we were able to add emotional support characters until literally the very end of a series. 6+ hour stream. It's all very confusing to me, and I don't know what the deal is. I keep postulating that it's potentially somehow related to the fact I'm unmonetized. Who's to say? Why am I pushing 2 streams at once? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Pushing? Like promoting? Or with the either with the long and the like the short and what's it like the short chat and the regular chat? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, a bunch of streamers are doing it now. They're just doing double streams. You'll take electrocution by shark every time. But it's just, you know, a way to hopefully get our live space cast out to a broader audience. Perhaps people who don't like to turn their phone to the side. I mean, I find that to be weird. It's really not that hard. But hey, to each their own. Alright, I can't listen to more of this. I need current music. You saw shorts wound up in a 5-minute. I don't know what that means. Spaceport is stationary. Spaceport is non-functional right now. It's very frustrating. I'm shoving the packets down the wires manually. That's a good one. It kinda is like that. So one of the reasons I think, not just the, what do you call it? Like, I don't think it's necessarily just the servers. Like, I think it's partly due to the fact that this stream does pump out a lot of information. Like, one thing that I've been noticing, because I've, like, clipped the stream now a bunch of times, and or taken screenshots of it, export, like, and I, like, I've started to realize just how much information is getting pushed out from the streams. And I mean, it makes perfect sense. Why? Oh my god, is it working now? I think it's working now. Look at that. Appears to be working now. Yeah, the thing is there's so many bits and pieces that are happening on the stream that a lot of people aren't doing because they're just using, you know, a camera. One camera, and that's it, right? Or like a camera and a couple other things going on. Whereas, you know, much of the Galactic stream is fabricated with technology. The orbit's a little jittery, is it? I can live with a jittery orbit for now. Let me check this side. Thank you for not playing Ave Maria. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome for that. I wouldn't do that to you.
Slow down.
Okie dokie. Well, since it's running now, oh my god, you are all super far behind again. Oh my god. Are you like, you're like 2 minutes behind again, I swear to god. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is so bad. I don't know the exact amount of time that has been lost, but it seems like somehow, I don't know how I've done it, but I have found some sort of time paradox. We together have found a time paradox. Other people stream just as much info. I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. I know it might seem like that. I know it seems like that. But there are some tricks and things that I'm doing here that really do amp up the file size. And I've honestly been trying to do stuff to fix that, which has in fact helped to some degree with the way that the stream runs, I've noticed. But holy fuck. I mean, there's just some things I'm doing here that just aren't normal or necessary for a regular stream. Right? Like, nobody's adding in a picture of a... whatever. Like, whatever. I'm not gonna go too far into this. Seems to be working perfectly fine, though. So I'm pretty stoked on that. Let's get to it. Where were we starting? Ah, yeah. Let's start with The Apprentice, which is a movie that recently came out. At least I think it came out. I still haven't found a copy of it. I need to find a copy of it, honestly. I'm gonna write that down. I keep forgetting to write important things down. I'm writing this down. Please hold. I just need to do. And I should actually just. I need to get. I just need to use a notebook. It's so much easier than a phone. Okay. The lava lamp and the Medusa are going strong. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Looking good. Alright, let's go here. Christine Amanpour on CNN
is the story of
with
Donald
the director
Trump's
of The
beginnings.
Apprentice.
That's right.
Way before he had the presidency in his eye. It takes place between 1973 and 1986. Why did you want to do this movie?
Everyone has an opinion about him, right? Everyone thinks that they know him. They, is a very polarizing figure. And it's really exciting to sort of dive back and say, oh, he was not the person you think he was, and he'd gone through a sort of a major transformation. And look at that, sort of colorful 70s and 80s New York with these larger life characters. But also as someone, as an outsider to, United States and American society, that's my chance to look at the power structure of America, the legal structure, and the sort of the social Darwinism that has created some of these,
What would you describe him as at the time of this film, when that's set? He's not the character he is now, you say. What was he then?
I think he was a striver. He was someone who sort of as a young man wanted to become somebody, do something. And it wasn't like exactly obvious what to become and what to do, but he wanted to ascend. He was an ascender. He was looking for a purpose, looking for a place. And, obviously he comes from money. His dad was, immensely wealthy. But they were, in Brooklyn and Queens, and they didn't have the sort of Manhattan, socialite connections, and that's where he wanted to be.
He wanted to prove to his father that he could be as good a real estate developer as his father. The reason it's called The Apprentice is because he is apprenticed to this very prominent lawyer by the name of Roy Cohn.
That's right.
A Manhattanite who had become very famous during the Nixon administration. Before that, the McCarthy hearings. And he was really very, very extreme. Yeah. Very good lawyer, very, very right-wing, who professed always that his major client was America. But I want to play this clip because it is essentially what the writer, Gabriel Sherman, says is where Trump learnt what we now know as Trumpism.
That's right.
How do you always win?
There's rules. The first rule is attack, attack, attack.
It's going to be the finest building in the city, maybe the country, in the world.
Rule 2, admit nothing, deny everything.
There's never been anything like this, of this magnitude, this quality. Ooh, cheese balls over here.
What are you doing?
You want one?
No, it looks totally disgusting.
Cheese balls.
Rule 3, no matter what happens, you claim victory and never admit defeat. You have to be willing.
It's in theaters right now?
To anyone to win.
So the 3 rules are all broken up with
Right.
scenes and music.
That's
but
right.
the 3 rules are deny, 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 attack, 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 and never, ever admit defeat. And you can take that as a straight line from there to January 6th.
Yeah, and basically it's about like if, the reality works for you, manipulate it. If it doesn't work for you, just manufacture the reality you need.
Gabriel Sherman, who wrote the screenplay, basically said, of course, that he had heard Roger Stone, a very close Trump ally, back in the 2016 campaign say that Trump was winning because he was implementing the lessons Roy Cohn taught him, these 3 lessons.
Right, and obviously we, for dramatic reasons, we try to simplify that. Mr. Trump he's like a sponge-like character, and the, sort of a ideology or way of looking at the world, which is basically comes down to, if you win, whatever you win, however you win, you won. And then you can sort of worry about the principles and worry about the aftermath, worry about the narrative afterwards. And he's been very successful in that.
And even if you lose, you win because you say that you won.
That's right, because the winning happens sort of in the world of media, and the winning happens on a newspaper page, and if you win there, then the reality would somehow follow,
And I mean, to some degree, that has worked. I hate to say it, but it does seem like that has worked to some degree. Donald Trump has managed to manufacture a reality that people at least certainly a large number of people have bought into line and sinker, and it's fascinating and also frustrating. Truly incredible.
Is this a political film?
It is a political film because we're, investigating power structures. We're investigating like the levers of power, but it's not a party political film. I don't have a horse in this game. I don't care if Democrats win or Republicans win, and that's sort of the point of the movie, that there's another structure here which doesn't adhere to this sort of binary.
The movie is very clear that it takes no partisan politics. And also you remind everybody that actually during a lot of the time when it was set, certainly in the 80s, Donald Trump was a darling in Manhattan. He was on all the media shows. It's a very, you're showing a different time of his life.
That's right.
Where you even say the guy had a sense of humor. He could
still
be
has
charming.
a sense of humor. I think what we try to do here is to capture his humanity, to see him as a complex human being he is, and also Roy Cohn and also Ivana, and that's where I think for me it's worthy. It's a humanist project, and that is the politics of the movie in a way.
So, as you know, a lot of Republicans have trashed it. We're going to get to Trump trashing it in a moment.
And some liked it too.
And some may have liked it too. But a lot of liberals just think you're not being clear-eyed enough about Trump. So it's a kind of a minefield.
Yeah, I mean, we've been sort of in the middle of, oh, you're too soft on him, or you're too harsh on him, or you're bashing him, or you're praising him. And in a way, I'm thinking, if you have Roger Stone, liking it, Mr. Trump hating it, Breitbart liking it, someone else, MSNBC liking it, hating it, all these different actors, if we're agitating all sides, then we're doing something right.
I still haven't seen it, so I don't have a review on it, but I really do need to find it and try and watch it myself. Honestly, I mean, from the trailers, it looks really interesting to me. All right, now let's go on. This is fascinating to me. And actually, this isn't. I'm gonna move this one. Hold on. I'm gonna move this a little bit further down here. This is too fun. Okay. Now, Donald Trump has been struggling recently in terms of, not in terms of polling numbers, seemingly, and we'll talk about that here shortly, but seemingly in terms of energy. Just seems a little bit, seems a little tired lately. I don't know if you've noticed, but channel you're perhaps familiar with, and the people at that particular channel seem to have noticed as well. Just happened. What have I done?
Donald Trump on the Dan Bongino show. At one point, it's going to be clear that, there's money behind this stuff that is, platforming these guys on top of their platforms. I mean, I'm just sorry. There's no reason for Dan Bongino to have exploded in the way that he does. I see people say, we've got to get out there. All these right-wing shows are the top podcasts and whatnot. But there is subsidies floating
100%.
around. If somebody's paying $30 million to hype Trump on Polymarket, it gives you a sense. It's the same theory I have with the tenant media thing. If you are taking $100,000, I was talking to the Vanguard guys about this, and it occurred to me, Dave Rubin made more in his tenant media deal, and frankly, Tim Pool in his tenant media deal to license his show, made more in 2 weeks than I made in licensing this thing to Peacock.
Seriously.
Yeah.
For an entire year.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, the money pipeline that exists in the right wing. Having ethics is not very financially beneficial, but hey, at least you can fall asleep at night.
Cock.
Yeah.
For an entire year. 50 times more. More than 50 times.
You bad at deals.
Like,
Yeah, what? Get your business stuff together. That's what
and
Tim
I was
said.
like-
Be a CFO, Sam.
Yeah.
And I
Get
was like,
in the grind set,
I
Sam.
can't believe this.
Right.
You know, and if it came from anybody except for people who were in a business that I could turn on and say, like,
You turn on
also
your
The
omega
Office
brainwaves.
or whatever it is, I would have been very, very suspicious. But for them, getting money from sources that are paying them well above market rate is just like, of course, that's
Tuesday.
That's the business they've been swimming in.
They were used to it. It's what you've
100%.
said. That's why they took the
100%.
money with so few questions, is because they probably have done this kind of thing before.
Yeah, and it's like, never had a problem in the past. Why would I have a problem now? Anyways, here's Donald Trump on the Dan Bongino show, which is interesting because he said no to the shade room.
After like 3 weeks of negotiations with them, he's been dropping out of multiple interviews this week, and people are kind of raising their eyebrows because he's not sounding great in public.
I wonder what the nature of those interviews were too, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, hold on. Oh wait, there we go.
But Democrats don't have to be honest. They really don't have to be honest because they will never be accused of anything. It's interesting. I was so amazed that Harvey Weinstein got schlonged. He got hit as long as he can get hit because he was sort of the king of the woke, right? And yet he got hit. And I figured that maybe he wouldn't get hit so hard. But boy, did he get, you don't know him well, I don't know him well. But I watched that, and it was amazing. So when they do get hit, they get hit. But that's
every time he says the word hit, I keep imagining an actual schlong running into Harvey Weinstein. It's actually pretty amusing for me. Not gonna lie.
And it was amazing. So when they do get hit, they get hit. But that's the only one I can think of. Normally they protect everybody. What they did with Adams, I think, is very suspect.
I heard you bring that up last night.
Well, but
yeah, so
Democrats don't have to be honest. They really don't have to.
Let's be clear here. Adams and Harvey Weinstein and, well, I don't know, I guess you could probably
The kings
say, like,
of the
Matt
world.
Lauer and just about, so many people who got, taken out with Me Too.
Schlonged, as he said?
Yes. Someone gave him a penis. Harvey Weinstein was penised.
If the cameras were not on, he would have said that they got effed.
I need a whip
He
sound.
kind of caught himself there.
Yeah.
I don't know if schlonged is much better.
Schlong is more just visceral.
I think
I
it
cannot
literally means
believe
penis.
how people come for you already.
and-
I don't know if you know this.
But that's evidence. It's fascinating. They will cite evidence that completely disproves their entire theory and say that, which is suspicious. It's like,
actually proves my point.
Well, it doesn't prove my point. It's suspicious. It doesn't contradict my point, even though it contradicts my point. But feels. I mean, this is sort of like Brett Weinstein territory. It almost feels like they are doing things contrary to my conspiracy theory as a way of
to throw me off.
Throw me off to like they're doing a double.
It's like a double inception. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go here. And this could have been in multiple sections, but I figured we'd put it here because I think this is an important point that is made here by a couple of people in North Carolina. This is from, this came out from the AP a day ago.
Are you kidding me? Guess what? FEMA is here. FEMA is helping the best they can. They have outposts and stuff, and the lies that I've been hearing have made me very angry, and it was yet one more reason why I was going to vote today.
Seek information far and wide, and then you can make an intelligent, unpropagandized decision, or at least.
Okay, let's see. So yeah, according to that North Carolina voter, FEMA is in fact in North Carolina, and they're doing everything that they can. So, you know, that seems very contrary to what the Republicans, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, have been saying about all of this. Now let's talk about some election problems, that being the propagation of false election claims, that being in Oregon. Recently, election divisions in Oregon had to shut down phone lines after calls prompted by false claims started flooding their servers.
Oregon's election division had to shut down its phone lines after it was inundated with calls from people who were responding to misinformation online. The callers were responding to posts on social media that said Donald Trump did not appear in the voters pamphlet sent out to Oregon voters. In reality, he is listed in the pamphlet and he will appear on the ballot. It's just that his campaign declined to provide a statement to be printed in the voters pamphlet. These statements provide information about candidates, but for the office of president, it does cost $3,500 to have one of these statements printed, and Trump's campaign declined to do so. The Oregon Republican Party issued a statement last week noting that this was a decision of the Trump campaign. The Oregon Elections Division says that the fact it had to shut down its phone lines due to bad faith rumors spreading on social media is unfortunate and will delay people getting help from the office, including people.
So that's hilarious. The Trump campaign opted not to do it. And libs of TikTok had an absolute fucking meltdown over it. Wait, what happened to my sound? Oh, there it is. Fucking Chaya Raichik over here had a freaking meltdown. And it turns out her beloved Donald Trump and his campaign couldn't be bothered to fork over a few $1,000s to get on like an informational section in this pamphlet in Oregon. It's pathetic. And then all of her little, you know, online minions come in. Just wild. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I am. Oh God, is this where we're at already? Well, this should be fun. Now, Donald Trump, he has been doing some really weird stuff lately. We've all seen it, like playing Ave Maria randomly and then listening to music for another 30 minutes at a rally. I think actually someone said 45 minutes. I don't know. I didn't see the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie, but there's just been some real weird antics from him, and he is, you know, approaching a very elderly age. What is he, 82 now or something like that? I mean, he is elderly. He's an old man. He's not that much younger than Joe Biden.
I'm staying in the race.
And he was in Detroit recently doing a rally in... He had some technical difficulties that wound up, well, You'll see. It was a very similar sort of situation, you might call it. Let's watch this. We might have to switch it to 2x. But here's some Detroit Free Press. Hold on, go to the beginning.
So vote Trump and you will see a mass exodus of manufacturing jobs from Mexico to Michigan, from Shanghai to Sterling Heights, and from Beijing to right here in Detroit and other cities all across America. Because a strong auto industry will make all of Detroit richer, boosting suppliers, real estate, and your entire economy. And, you know, I've been reading about Detroit for so long.
Has he? Really? Reading about it.
This isn't artificial stuff. This is the real comeback.
Wait. What is he talking? Wait, didn't he? Hold on. You know, I didn't even listen to this. This is not the purpose of it, but did he just say that Detroit is the real comeback? How many days ago was it that he literally said that America is going to be like Detroit? And it was in a completely negative connotation. He was saying that Detroit is terrible. He literally, it wasn't even a full week ago. Hold on. I think I even posted this to the channel. What in the actual fuck is going on? I'm so confused. Am I losing my mind? I was wrong though. It was over a full week. It was 8 days. 8 full
Donald
days.
Trump was in Michigan, where he gave a speech at the Detroit Economic Club and had this to say about the Motor City.
The whole country is going to be like, you want to know the truth? It'll be like Detroit. Our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president. You're going to have a mess on your hands.
Here's the thing that I...
Wait. Sorry. I'm very confused. Let's go back here. This is not making any sense.
Your entire economy, and you know, I've been reading about Detroit for so long. The comeback. This is the real comeback.
For so long. So, I guess so long means somewhere in the realm of 7 days. Because this was 8 days ago,
Michigan,
right?
Where he gave a speech at the Detroit Economic Club and had this to say about the Motor City.
The whole country is going to be like, you want to know the truth? It'll be like Detroit.
You want to know the truth?
You'll end up being like Detroit if she's your president. You're going to have a mess on your hands.
Super weird. That was October 10th. This was earlier today. What's happening?
So long, the comeback. This is the real comeback. This isn't
I'm so
artificial
confused.
stuff. This is the real comeback.
I'm very, very confused. Can anybody help me with this?
You gotta vote for me. So very simply, it's not overly complex. Some people don't understand it. If you watched Bloomberg the other day, you would have seen the CEO of Bloomberg interview me, and I think he understood it. And I think the Wall Street Journal now understands it. Because to me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary, it's not love, it's not respect.
He keeps talking. Hello? Oh my god, this is a perfect opportunity for, what is it called? Bad lip reading. Anybody ever seen that that channel before?
It's a word in the dictionary. It's not love, It's not respect.
It's fascism. My favorite word. People say it's not good. Well, guess what? Something wrong with a little bit of, authoritarian nationalism mixed in with military, militarized sort of crackdown on the citizens, the dissent against my government. And, well, hello? Can you hear me? And nobody can hear me. Whatever. Adolf didn't have to deal with this.
يواصل الرئيس دونالد ترامب تقدمه في عدد كبير من الولايات الرئاسية وفقا لأحدث اطلاعات الرأي.
Is this a prank? Does he owe this venue money? This is hilarious. I love how they sent a PA, some assistant over here with a mic that doesn't work as well. That's amazing. I need to watch that again. Can we watch that again, please? YOLO. What are they saying? Viva Trump? I can't quite tell what they're saying. We want Trump? I gotta say, there is nothing weird about an entire group of people just for no reason, aside from a lack of sound, all together making noises. There's nothing weird about it, so don't judge it. There's nothing mob-like or cultish about any of this behavior, so just strike that from your mind. Oh, they're saying we love Trump. Uh-huh. I guess that checks out. They do seem to have some sort of real strong emotions about this man. She's got a mic in her hand still. Hilarious. Hilarious. She's still got a mic in her hand. She's like, sorry, you can't, your check bounced. Your check bounced. Still sorry. We're gonna need you to pay to make the sound work. Dude, that's fine. I'll just stand here and be weird for 10 minutes. And my overly excited chud fans, such as this young man in the white hoodie, who haven't learned to think for themselves yet, they'll keep me entertained. He's just standing. I feel like he's sitting here waiting for a wire to clear. Like, he's like, all right, come on, Chase Manhattan. Get it. Get the money over there. It's taking a long time. He's not even, he's barely moving. He's just sort of swaying unsurely back and forth. I don't know, he might be a robot. What do you think? Is Donald Trump a Manchurian candidate built by the Koch brothers? I'm starting to think so. Because if he doesn't have a teleprompter in front of him, seems to just sort of, you know, he just stops working. Like, he can do some basic hand motions, but, Waiter, I would like a gin and tonic, please. No? You don't like? Okay. Hello, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I really like that. You know, they truly do see this as a sporting event. I mean, what is the deal with this manufactured excitement right now? It's so awkward and off-putting. Like, this has got to be one of the most cringe things I've ever seen. Nothing is happening! My deepest emotions are my love for a particular political candidate. He's not even looking up at the crowd. It's so weird. He's like staring back at his own sign this whole time. It's like you can hear me. This happened hours ago. This is so weird. What a great leader. This man can solve literally anything. Besides from audio technical issues. And delegating audio technical issues. Do they even know what they're chanting right now? It sounded like there was like at least 5 different chants happening all at once. Oh my god. Now all you hear is Viva Trump. Look, that's what I heard, okay? I'm sorry for putting that into your head, but that's what I heard. The audio's not great, let's be real. I'm struggling to hear it. Thank you? Why are they thanking you?
Immediately, if not sooner.
Why don't we play a couple of real beauties? Can we get some music, please? Maybe, God Save America. Maybe a little Wagner. Can we get a little One Direction? I hear they're trending right now. Hearing a lot of things about these One Direction guys right now. Can we maybe get some of that music? You're telling me the rights are very expensive. Okay, okay. That's fine. We don't have the money for it. It's okay. Just stand here and be very normal. He just continues staring back at the sign, at no one. Like, the whole audience, most of the audience, I'm pretty sure, is on the other side. Unless the entire audience are just in those two bandstands, which I... No, there's more, as you can see. What's happening? Well, they're ousting a young ethnic person? I can't really quite tell what ethnicity he is, but, you know, a colored person, gotta get him out of the crowd. Yeah. Unacceptable. Person of color with a phone.
Illegal.
Viva Chavez. Viva Trump. Same thing. We're both for the people. How many times has he made that motion? At least like a couple of dozen times at the very least. He just keeps doing this half shrug where he doesn't lift his arms all the way. It's just sort of this sort of arms out. It's like, what the hell is happening? This guy could be the leader of the free world. I mean, just saying. It could happen. And by the free world, I really just mean the United States. It's a silly way to put it. But yeah, especially with the way the polls are looking right now, it's a real toss-up. What happened to the goddamn sound? The audio has been muted for the segment due to copyrighted music. Oh, so he started playing music at this point. Hilarious. So at this point, they're like, okay, fuck it. We do need music. It's been over 15 minutes. Jesus. I can't believe they waited 15 minutes with him just sort of standing there looking completely weird. It's so fucking off-putting. I guess we'll play some music.
Hello.
Wow. The amount of excitement from people for a single Donald Trump hello. Nothing weird about that. Okay. This is wonderful. Is it? Is it wonderful? Because it was painstaking and horrible. For me, personally. I'm glad somebody enjoyed that. It was painful. All right, let's go on here to talk about an issue that affects, well, really everyone, but one particular group of people. That group of people is men.
Here we are in the last 3 weeks of the campaign, and finally we are at the closing message. This is about what it means to be a man.
Yeah, finally, men get a time to be mentioned. Right
Phew.
at the time that black men seem to be the issue that Kamala is supposedly having. I think that Trump does a good job of creating something for people to be afraid of, so that if that's not enough to scare you to vote, what about this? What about this? Oh, y'all under attack. Men are being under attack. He did not go into any more details about what it was. I know. I don't remember the program, but earlier this week he mentioned that Harvey Weinstein got jammed up, and he didn't really go into detail on that in the sense of Harvey Weinstein's got a raw deal in terms of the criminal trial, but there always seems to be a new fear log to throw on the fire of why you should vote for me. And as a man, I want to know what's under attack. I'm feeling good.
Men have been oppressed for a long time, I guess, right? Look,
So oppressed.
Maybe he's right, though, that this is really what his campaign is about.
I mean, but look at the trends. I mean, since the end of President Obama's second term, you've seen men slowly leaving the Democratic Party. I think there is an argument to make that some Democratic intellectuals have talked a lot about men being more vulnerable, when I think men naturally are more stoic, more competitive. I think a lot of men will look at... Well, I think so. I think a lot of conservative men will...
Naturally.
I don't want to get into like a man.
Naturally.
No,
I know, but Abby, I think the critique would be from Republicans.
Listen to Charles Darwin over here. I've done the scientific research.
Science.
All men are stoic and competitive. That's a fact. Write that down.
That Democrats are arguing for a new manliness. And Republicans will say, no, we are protecting traditional masculinity. And I think there's an argument to be made there.
I would say, as someone who's married to a man, and I'm raising a man, and I'm not a man, first of all, I think it's hilarious we're talking about manhood when women are the one being attacked across the country. I find that hilarious. We're the ones whose rights are under attack. But secondly, I think it goes back to how you define a man. You're talking about men are naturally more stoic. I think that we have bred out of men a lot of their instincts that they have when they're young. When you're young, you have these close friendships, you have all of these relationships with other people, and then as you get older, you're supposed to keep it all in and keep it all together, and that's probably why men end up shooting people, shooting themselves, why there's an epidemic of loneliness. There is a different way for men to react in our world that is not so alone, that is not so stoic, that is not so buttoned up, and we could open up the world to that. And then we would maybe not be having to talk about the death of manhood when we say, okay, well, how is Donald Trump defining manhood? As bullying?
Oh my God, this man's face is just hilarious to me. He's like, wait, open up? What do you mean? What do you mean by that exactly? My feelings? That doesn't sound right at all. I mean, that's genuinely the look on his face, at least from what I can tell. And granted, I think I have a better view than you do. But when she starts talking about opening up, he's like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If I have to mention my emotions one time, that's the death of manhood.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed!
Therapy, my dude.
People as demeaning women, as raping women, because this is the kind of manhood that he represents.
I take the point about the increases in suicide, but let's be honest, men take risks that women, respectfully, don't typically take. And I'm just being honest.
I love that face from her. Please list one.
Men in conflict. More men have died in wars than women.
He's talking about taking risks.
That's not a risk that men took. Let's be real. Most men who died in conflict up until, I don't know, like the year 2000, I want to say. Well, all right, slightly before that, but you get what I'm saying. Like, because, I mean, really, like, even the casualties that happened after the, sort of theoretical end of the draft, like, that was where most of the casualties were, and most of those people did not just volunteer. Sure, there was plenty of people who did volunteer, but the point is that, like, it's not even a good argument to make, because it's just it's factually inaccurate. And even if we did take it on face value that somehow every man who was in war and died had volunteered for that, that doesn't, I mean, are you saying that women don't have risk that they're volunteering for? Like, I don't know, motherhood, childbearing, all sorts of stuff. I mean, I don't even want to get into it. But like this is just a ridiculous. Like, this guy is playing amateur. Oh god, my brain just broke. Fuck it. We'll just keep this shit going for a little bit.
Been fighting wars for a really long time.
Well, I mean, some may disagree with me on this,
I would
but
definitely
those are my
disagree with
views.
that.
Go ahead, Jack.
This is a big issue across campaigns everywhere. There's something that's a fact. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, there is a big gap between the way men and women are voting this year. It's almost like we was in elementary school, and it was boys against girls, or it was skins against shirts. Like, that's what it's come down to now. And as a non-college educated Mexican redneck from East Texas, I can promise you there's a lot of anxiety out there in the
What is a
electorate.
Mexican
and what
redneck?
Donald Trump has figured out again. We talk about how stupid he can be and stays off message. He does know how to poke his finger at something. Like Roy said, he don't give you any details. He just says enough about it to go, well, things are a little more expensive. I ain't getting no better. He ain't talking to men, right?
Which goes.
I've literally never heard anyone describe themselves in that way. I'm stuck on that that one statement. I'm still very confused about what that actually means. Does that just mean that he wears a cowboy hat and talks with that annoying accent? Is that all it is, or I'm just confused.
Well, things are a little more expensive. I ain't getting no better. He ain't talking to men, right?
Which goes to the point that as a man, you want to feel useful. You want to feel like you have an opportunity to provide. Well, then that's a job issue. That's an economic issue. That's not a gender attack issue. And so if Trump can get you thinking strictly in gender economic, because even as a man, if you want it to be expressive, if you want it to go to therapy, what does it cost? You can't afford it even if you wanted to go. That's a healthcare issue. So if you want to talk about this issue of loneliness and men feeling alone and not being able to provide, and you can't get a job and you can't.
I feel like none of this is computing for this guy over here. He keeps hearing things like healthcare. He's like, what does that mean? I'm supposed to talk about my feelings to fix stuff? No, we just need pure patriarchy. Like, that seems to be his argument, is like, because men are seemingly having a tough time dealing with the 21st century, therefore we need to go back to the 1800s. That's the only solution. Not talking about it. That's not the solution. It's just so weird. I feel like he's sort of his own self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, let's move it along. Thank you, Soleil. Thank you for asking. Wait, Nightbot has an actual answer. Nightbot. Soul Life. A Mexican redneck is a slang term used to describe a person of Mexican descent who exhibits characteristics typically associated with a redneck stereotype, such as rural or conservative beliefs. Right. Okay. Nightbot define redneck. Thank you. This is the first time I've actually been thankful for Nightbot's ChatGPT function. This is a rabbit hole I'm willing to go down right now. But while we're going down that rabbit hole, let's go to this event, which Kamala Harris hosted earlier today, also in Detroit, with a focus on early voting. I think you asked that Nightbot question within the cooldown time. Might have to do it again. Might have to do it again there, Bob. I'm a galactic redneck. Hold on, let me find my cowboy hat. I'm probably, I should probably get this forward so we don't get fully, well, it's probably too late, but whatever.
was telling me, and I was talking to some members of the press, and they said, hey, since early voting has started, can you hear me? You can't hear me. They can't hear me. Okay, I didn't want to stand right here.
It seems like Detroit is just rife with microphone issues.
Okay. There we go. So my team was telling me, so you know, Georgia started early voting and they broke historic records in early voting. North Carolina started early voting, broke historic records in North Carolina. Now, who is the capital of producing records? So we are going to break some records here in Detroit today. Yes, we are going to do this because we know what is at stake and we know the power of the people. This is about the power of the people. This is about knowing each one of us as an individual and as a collective, as a community, as a coalition. We have the power to make the decisions about the direction of our country. And we know this election is about two very different visions for our future. Ours focused on the future, focused on our young leaders, focused on possibility, understanding the ambitions and the aspirations and the dreams of the American people. Understanding like the people of Detroit, we have grit, we have excellence, we have history. And it's about looking in the face of a perfect.
Okay, honestly, we could watch this whole thing, but it's not the best speech ever. It's not great, not gonna lie. I wish I could say it was good. But I still feel like with just 2 weeks to go, she is struggling to actually be specific in these moments in ways that I think, I don't know, I think it makes it difficult to actually say what it is that she is about, right? Like, she keeps talking about the future and all these other sorts of things that sound good in theory, but I don't know. Like, at these events, I need her to, I don't know, I don't even know what my exact criticism is, right? It's not like she's necessarily saying anything wildly wrong or anything like that. I'm actually struggling to put my finger on it right now. There's something that I just need her to do that she's not doing.
Stranger and seeing a neighbor and understanding we are all in this together. We all have so much more in common than what separates us. And we are going to fight for this country we love. We are in this to win it. And we know, look, the race is tight. It's going to be hard work, but we like hard work. Hard work is good work. And we will win. So you all are here taking time.
I think I just realized what it is.
And all your other obligations, and I thank you.
I think I realized what it is. Aside from just the specifics, right? Aside from just the naming of specifics, I think at this point, considering where the race is, I do, and I think I've made this point before, but I think her tone needs to change. Right? It needs to be more serious sounding. And I mean, it sounds like she's trying to be too friendly in a moment that is, you know, been said time and time again, of great importance to democracy. And I don't know, it's just, you know, we got 2 weeks, basically. The 5th of November is the 20th now. 11 days. It's like 16 days away. It's out of control.
So very much. And I know, and I know what today is. We're here because this is a working day. We're ready to get out there. We're ready to walk the neighborhood. We are ready to talk with our neighbors and our friends and just the people that we see and remind them they are important and that we are so optimistic about our new generation of leadership for America and what we will do together. That is about investing in working people, in middle class people, in our children, what we do in terms of caring about the education of our children, which is why we're not falling for the other guy trying to get rid of the Department of Education and Head Start. Because we know what we stand for. We stand for the idea that the true measure of the strength of a leader is not based on who you beat down, it's on who you lift up. And these are the things that we stand for as a community of people that understand the importance of caring and kindness, who understand the importance of having a leader who speaks truth and is not so self-consumed. You know, I keep talking about somebody needs to just watch his rallies if you're not really sure how to vote. Because he spends full time talking about himself and mythical characters, not talking about the working people, not talking about you, not talking about lifting you up. And so as we spend these next 17 days, we're gonna go vote today, we're gonna remind people to vote, we're gonna register folks to vote, we're gonna email, text, phone call, knock on doors. And we're gonna remind people of what is at stake. And with that, I want to thank incredible leaders from Michigan who are here. The Lieutenant Governor, Garland Gilchrist. He always stands above the crowd. We have Representative Slotkin, who is here, who we will send to the Senate in November. Representative Thunder.
Yeah, so that's basically the end of the speech. Your vote is banked. Yeah, I mean, so is mine, right? And that's not my concern, right? I'm not all that concerned about the votes of the people on this stream right now. I think most of you are probably going to be voting for Kamala, or maybe not at all. But I don't think many people watching this are going to be voting for Trump. It's about the people out there that are, that need to somehow be won over, or at least, you know, people who are not planning to vote. It's like, you know, you got to pick one, right? And right now, it doesn't seem like winning over Trump voters is happening. And it's just, I don't know, it's whatever. Maybe I'm just being a little pessimistic, but I also was looking at polls earlier today, and it did not look good. You know, where I felt a month ago and where I feel now in terms of where the election is and what it's going to look like on election day, I mean, it's just completely changed in a way that is very disturbing to me. Now, Obama's been out there on the trail trying to get the word out about Kamala, get people to vote, and he did a town hall in, where was this? I think this was Pennsylvania. I can't remember. But here's Forbes breaking news from 7 hours ago.
I get it.
Oh, it was Arizona.
What I cannot understand is why anyone would think that Donald Trump will shake things up in a way that is good for you. That I don't understand. Because there is absolutely no evidence that this man thinks about anybody but himself. I've said it before. Donald Trump is a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down that golden escalator 9 years ago. And when he's not complaining, he's trying to sell you stuff. He's got his gold sneakers. He's got the $100,000 watch.
Immediately, if
Says
not
it's
sooner.
a Swiss watch, but nobody can actually figure out where in Switzerland was this thing made. He's got, this is my favorite. He's got the Trump Bible. Wants you to buy the Word of God, Donald Trump edition. His name's going to be on there, embossed, right next to Luke and Mark and Matthew.
Was this the Bible?
And by the way, I will give you one guess. You could not make this stuff up. Where these Bibles are made. So, Mr. Tough Guy on China, except when he can make a few bucks, hawking his Trump edition Bibles. Come on, man.
I have to have my China.
You can't make this stuff up. But he's doing it. And the reason he's doing it is because what he cares about is his ego and his money and his status. He's not thinking about you. Donald Trump sees power as nothing more than a means to his ends. He wants the middle class to pay the price for another huge tax cut that would mostly help him and his country club buddies. He doesn't care if he costs more women their reproductive freedoms because it won't make a difference in his life. Do not boo. Vote. They can't hear you when you boo, but when you vote, everybody can hear you.
Okay. He has been saying that a lot lately. Obama doesn't seem to like the booing. He wants us to vote, and that makes sense. Booing doesn't do a lot. I mean, it's fun in the moment, perhaps, but politically speaking, doesn't actually do a whole lot. In terms of either getting or maintaining power in politics, I don't think the booing is, the most effective way to get that. And voting is. He's right. He's right. And seeing as he won 2 general elections, probably knows a thing or two. All right, let's go here to a Pennsylvania rally where Trump supporters showed up en masse.
I've been a Trump supporter. Most of my family have been Trump supporters since he came on the scene in 2016 or 2015, whatever it was.
Orange man good. Totally normal. This is normal behavior.
It wasn't so much what he talked about. It's more of what I saw moving on the other side
It's
of the
vibes.
spectrum.
It's vibes.
The Democratic Party was no longer traditionally the party of the people. It's becoming the party of elites.
And Republicans
and,
are. My guy. Oh, yeah. Republicans, the party of the people.
Follow the rich white man.
So weird. So weird. Such a weird vibe from this guy. There's another weird vibe. This image has circulated far and wide to the point where it's literally on the sides of fucking Vans. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I'm sure people, you know, these Trump supporters would be incredibly disappointed by
He actually
what Donald Trump actually looks like with his shirt off.
with so many people.